Hey guys, as you can see, I have no makeup on whatsoever. I just wanted to do a quick foundation video of how I apply my foundation. So if you guys are interested in this video, keep watching. Okay guys, I've already moisturized my face. I've already done everything I need to do for my face. I've already moisturized it, done everything. I've waited for 5 minutes for this to kind of settle. And now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take Prime Time from Bare Escentuals, and I'm going to apply this to my hand like so. So it can be a little warm. You want it to be a tad bit warm. And just one little drop will do. So I'm just going to dot this on my skin like so. Now I'm just going to just gently apply it. It's better to apply primer with your fingers, or even a foundation brush or a sponge is nice, but I prefer my fingers when I'm applying primer, because you can get into the creases and the cracks and the places you. And don't forget to do it under your eyes and on the outer part of your eyes, because what happens with the outer part of your eyes right here is you get a little creasing, especially if you're putting concealer on. You don't want to have that. So now that that's done, usually I'm going to wait for 5 minutes. So I'll see you guys in a minute. This is going to take a minute. Okay guys, I'm back, and my primer's pretty much settled into my skin. You don't want it to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my concealer. I'm going to take, hold on, let me fix it. There you go. Stay, Joker. Okay, I am going to take my Coastal Scents Camouflage palette and my Coastal Scents Doe Foot Stippler brush. This is the brush I'm using to apply my concealer. And I'm slightly going to move I'm going to use, most people go a shade lighter, like they would go like this. This would be the shade lighter for me, but I'm going to just take these two colors. You can tell they've been used all the time, and mix them together. I'm going to take a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit more of that, and a little bit of that. And I do it in a dotting motion on the brush, because that kind of gives me the color I want. So right now, I just need to, I need to put a little bit more of the darker color in there to get it to do what I want it to do. I'm going to take this color and I'm going to dot it in like so, and I'm going to just blend it out while I'm doing this. So that's really light. It is actually really light, but once you apply it to the eye, it looks exactly like my color. So I'm just gonna, I always start with my concealer first before I do anything else. I'm gonna be able to see how I'm doing this. I'm gonna add a little bit more, because it's not, I want it to be quite even. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And one more in here. I have to get me a new quad for that. Probably have to buy the quad. So I'm just going to go back in on the spots I missed and just stipple it in like you would stipple foundation. Just like you, and then I'm just going to go in circular motions and blend it out. That looks weird, but once I put my powder on, it's going to look freaking awesome. So I'm going to just gently take it and pat it out, just like so. I'm going to just take my finger and just go over it a little bit more. If I need a little more, I will do a little more. But for now, this is what we're doing. It looks kind of messy, and then I'm going to take, but it works. I'm going to take my finger again and use both of these like that. I'm going to warm it up between my fingers like so, And I'm just going to pat it in to blend the rest of this out. Just like so, making that triangle kind of motion. Okay. And if you need to clean up any of it, clean it up a little bit with the baby wiper. You can do what I'm doing and take your finger from the side and just swipe up. So I'm going to do the other eye. So I'm going to take, see if we have a little, oh, we still have a little bit on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kind of tap it in. Start from the inner corner, just like so, and tap it in, like so. Just like that. People go, that's pretty weird, you're applying that with a makeup brush. Yeah, I'm applying it with a makeup brush. It really, sincerely, actually does really work. What I'm going to do, oops, is I'm going to take tapping motions and I'm just going to tap it back and forth. You want to knead it, like move your finger like this, like you're kind of doing the beauty queen wave, but with your finger. That's how I can kind of use that. And I'm going to take a little and put it on my finger and just apply it right on there. Just like so. Just like that. And I'm going to blend this right out. Just like so. I know my okay. Now that we've got that blended, quite blended out, this is not the, see, you might see a little black mark right here. That's going to be covered, so I'm not even like really worried about it. It's a scar that I had from some glasses that kind of jacked me up a little bit, so I'm going to just take a little bit of this color and kind of just go over it. Like that. Yeah. This also does well at covering pimples and spots because it just works. It just covers everything, and that's what I like about this brush. So you can buy this at Coastal. I got this from Coastal Scents, but you can probably find it at Crown Brush too, because Coastal Scents doesn't sell this brush anymore. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my e.l.f. Studio Powder Brush. This is what I'm using. And I'm also using MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Shake it up first. Shake this booger up. And I'm going to gently apply this to the back of my hand. Just like so. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my e.l.f. brush and I'm going to use this, my e.l.f. powder brush, and I'm going to stipple this on my skin. Just like I would do with any other foundation or powder. Just stipple this right on. And it does, I like this brush because I do get good coverage. And just apply it this way. Just like that. If you need to apply more, if you have acne scars and you need to apply more, do so. Like, okay, there we go. I'm going to do a little trick that I've learned. I'm going to show you if you have a darker forehead than the rest of your face. I'm going to show you how to do something really, really neat. Apply on my nose. because Lord knows my nose needs it. When I'm applying it to my nose, I kind of squeeze the bristles of the brushes together so I can get in there. That kind of helps. Like, and now I'm just going to blend it out. I'm going to show you a little trick on my forehead. I'm going to take a little bit of my Jane Gel Bronzer. Just a teeny bit. You don't need a whole lot. You just need about a dot. So I'm going to take that and apply that to my forehead real quick like. Because once I put my bronzer on, it's not going to show up very dark. Because my forehead is actually a lot darker than the rest of my face for some strange reason that I have no idea why. So I'm going to apply a little bit more. A little bit more foundation to my hand. I wish I had a pump. That's on my list right now. I'm just going to take that and put that on top and kind of mix that with the darker powder. And people go, well, won't it look weird? Nope. Won't look weird. Won't look weird at all. I'm going to just take that and pat that all over and just blend it in. Because it's not going to look weird because I'm going to add bronzer to... See? Perfect. I'm going to add bronzer to the rest of my face. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, for the I'm going to take my e.l.f. complexion brush. Oh, hold on, I have to answer this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two different powders. I'm going to take my loose powder, like so. And I'm going to apply it. Oh, that's my mom. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to, actually I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use this on my forehead. So I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finish Powder. And this is a great powder. It does get rid of like imperfections and things like that. So actually I have some in the lid. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to tap some of this excess out of the lid first, because you don't want too much. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my brush. Tap that off. That's about all you need for your whole face. I'm going to buff it in to the brush, and we're just going to go. Going to go with that. Just like that. And on my nose, on my chin. I usually put concealer in certain places when I want to cover up things, but I will show you how to do that in another video, because I didn't plan to do all that. Now I'm going to take my kabuki brush. I'm just going to gently buff this powder out. I'm going to actually add it under my eye. I'm going to take just a regular brush, just a regular blending brush, buff that out, and just apply that right under my eye like so. So I have a little bit of that going on. So that is my foundation video. I will have the eyeshadow video up soon. You guys stay tuned.